Good morning, guys, and welcome to Monday, April 15th, 2024. Now, as you can tell by the background, today we are reading from the same children's NIV. This month of April, we will continue reading and maybe on into May. So sit back, enjoy, and listen to Esau and Jacob. Now, again, we're reading from the Children's Bible, so you're going to get the gist of the story. If you want the entire story, go over to BibleGateway.com and check out Genesis chapter 25, Esau and Jacob. Isaac prayed to God for his wife Rebekah because she didn't have any children. God answered God answered Isaac's prayer, and Rebekah had twin boys, Esau and Jacob. The boys grew up. Esau became a hunter, but Jacob was a quiet man. Isaac Isaac had a taste for wild game and loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once Jacob had cooked stew, and Esau came from the country. Esau was starving. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of your red stew. I'm starving." Jacob replied, "First, sell me your birthright." Look, I'm about to die," Esau said. "What good is a birthright to me?" So Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some stew, and he ate and drank. So Esau despised his birthright. Okay, so that's the gist of today's story. Basically, in totality, we're getting that Jacob wanted children. He didn't have any, so he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord blessed them with twins. Now, as we all know, the firstborn is the one who is to carry on the family blessing. They are the firstborn male is to carry on the family blessing, the family name, the family whatever. And being that said, Jacob was hot on the heels, or let me see, because I don't want to say that wrong. I don't want to say that wrong, so let me go back and make sure I'm saying it right. Yes, Esau was the firstborn, Jacob was second, and Jacob wanted those rights. And Esau was like, "Man, look, I'm just so hungry. Man, give me some chow down because you know what you're doing. You the chef, you the man, you the man." Um, and I'm about to die anyway, which I think he was probably Esau was probably not about to die, but he was just hungry. And we've all been there and done that, where you just either coming off of a fast or you're just haven't eaten all day and you're hungry. Don't make stupid decisions when you're hungry. If you notice, when Jesus went off into the wilderness to fast and pray for those 40 days and those 40 nights. Satan waited good until Jesus was hungry and thirsty to come and try to tempt him. He didn't come at first. No. He waited good until he was hungry and thirsty. And then Satan went and tried to tempt Jesus. You ever notice when you go to the grocery store and you're good and full, you walk out of there with way less than you half of what you intended to get? But go to the grocery store while you're hungry, and oh my goodness, you're going to walk out of there with two baskets worth of, "I didn't need none of this." So, so be careful. The lesson I take away from this, and you may get a totally different lesson, and that's fine. You may get a whole different message, and that's okay because God ministers to each of us differently. My lessons are only to provoke thought, not take over thought. So the lesson I took away from this is, be careful ye decisions when ye are hungry or thirsty, because the flesh will make stupid, stupid decisions when it's hungry or thirsty. So those, uh, bring that carnality under submission. Start training yourself slowly by doing fasting. And if you've never fasted before, let me suggest to you the way I do it. Is because I'm fairly new. I just started fasting last year. So, like I said, I'm not new, but I'm fairly new to fasting. So, when I fast, I do what my pastor has taught us to do. We will fast from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's a 12-hour fast, and then you eat before you go to bed in the evening. And you can also eat before you go to bed that night. So if you go to bed at 10 o'clock that night and you're planning on fasting the next day, maybe have a meal or a small snack and then fast from the time you get up till 6 p.m. and then have you a nice dinner. Now, again, don't be a glutton because you don't want to make yourself sick and you don't want to make stupid decisions. So, uh, again, Esau made a very stupid decision, and so did Jacob in bribing him and blackmailing him. They were both stupid. And if you go and read the story in its entirety, you will find out how very wrong both of them were for making the decisions they made out of temptation and stupidity. So again, that is chapter Genesis chapter 25, Esau and Jacob, and go over there and see what the carnal, and carnality just means flesh, means your fleshly body and not your spirit. So go and see what stupidity we can do in the flesh that shouldn't be done. We can be tempted and we can be tempters. Because I would say Jacob was tempted, but he was also the tempter of Esau. And Esau was tempted by Jacob because he was hungry. It was almost like a blackmail situation. I got food, and unless you give me what I want, I'm not going to give you what you want. So, I mean, that's evil. That's wicked. That's of Satan, no doubt. All right. So, moving right along, guys, we are doing the wisdom of the day. Today is Proverbs chapter 28, verses 13. People who conceal their sins will not prosper, but if they confess and turn from them, they will receive mercy. So that is Proverbs 28 and 13. All right, guys, go forth. Have a great Monday. And again, I make these lessons based on your ability to just be able to listen to it. So it's just a stable background. You don't have to sit down and watch it. You can do these while you're getting the kids ready for school. You can play it out loud, put your ear pods on, or whatever. These are also kid friendly. They're not very in depth. They're not very hard. That's why I'm reading from the kids NIV, because summer's coming up. School's getting ready to get out. And if you want to, I'm on YouTube now and I am on Facebook. So YouTube, if you just want the video lessons, would be a lot easier because you can just go over there and play video after video instead of being trying to run it through the Facebook group, because the Facebook group does have way more postings. I post in there my pastor's pastor, And I also do evening lessons. Now, you're welcome to join those evening lessons. Bring your kids with you, because what I do is the evening lesson is based off the morning lesson. So tonight's lesson, this evening's lesson, will be based off of Esau and Jacob, and who did what, where they did it, and why they did it. And basically, that'll be 3 or 4 questions that I will ask, and I will also post some different scriptures that may or may not have anything to do with Esau. It may just be learning scriptures. So join us on Facebook for the evening lessons. And if you just want the videos and you want to run those as a lesson for the kids or for yourself, then feel free to do that. And it would be easier to just get video after video from YouTube. So again, we're on YouTube and we are also on Facebook. So I love you in the Lord, and I hope to see you in both places. Have a great Monday.